Welcome back, wrestling fans, to a night that will haunt the WWE Universe forever. A night where legends clashed, hearts broke, and a hero was left fighting for his life. Picture this: John Cena, the face of WWE, lying broken in a hospital bed after a savage assault by Brock Lesnar. A moment from SmackDown 2025 that's left us all reeling, questioning loyalty, legacy, and the cost of greatness. It was September 5, 2025, at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, and the air was thick with anticipation. John Cena, fresh off his Hollywood comeback, stepped into the SmackDown ring for a rare match, his iconic theme igniting the crowd. But across the ring stood Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate, his eyes cold, his presence a storm waiting to unleash. The match was billed as a dream clash, a collision of eras, Cena's heart versus Lesnar's havoc. From the opening bell, every slam felt like an earthquake, every suplex a declaration of dominance. The fans roared, torn between their love for Cena's resilience and fear of Lesnar's brutality, a dynamic that made the arena pulse with raw energy. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Alright, we're halfway through, and things are about to take a serious turn. If you thought you knew where this was going, think again, this is where the real drama unfolds. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. Cena fought with everything he had, his body battered but his spirit unyielding. He hoisted Lesnar for an attitude adjustment, the crowd on its feet, believing in the impossible. But Lesnar countered with an F5, and what followed wasn't just a pin, it was a massacre, a relentless assault that left Cena crumpled, the referee waving off the match in panic. As the bell rang, Lesnar didn't stop. He scooped Cena up, delivering another F5 onto the steel steps, the sickening thud echoing through the arena. The crowd's cheers turned to gasps, then silence, as medics rushed to Cena's side. Brock stood over him, unapologetic, his sneer a chilling reminder of the monster within. Backstage, chaos erupted. Superstars like Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens watched in horror, their voices drowned out by the urgency of the moment. The medical team struggled to stabilize Cena, his body limp, his breath shallow. The sight of the 16-time world champion so vulnerable was a gut punch to everyone watching. On X, the news broke like wildfire. John Cena rushed to a New Orleans hospital, condition unknown. Fans flooded social media with prayers, their messages a mix of shock and grief. This wasn't just a storyline, it felt like a real health crisis, a moment where the man behind the character was fighting for survival. In the hospital, Cena lay surrounded by beeping monitors, his wife, Shay, by his side, her face etched with worry. The man who'd inspired millions with "Never Give Up" was now battling pain no chant could fix. His eyes, usually bright with defiance, were clouded with something deeper, grief for a career that might be slipping away. The betrayal came not from Lesnar alone but from Paul Heyman, his advocate, who'd orchestrated the attack. Heyman, once a friend to Cena during their 2014 feud, now stood by Lesnar, his words venomous as he called Cena a relic of a bygone era. The scandal of Heyman's turn cut deep, a knife in the back of a man who'd trusted him. Backstage dynamics were a mess. Some superstars, like Randy Orton, demanded answers, their loyalty to Cena fueling their rage. Others, like Solo Sikoa, seemed to align with Lesnar's camp, whispering about a new era where the beast would reign. The locker room was a battlefield of alliances, egos, and unspoken fears. Cody Rhodes took to the mic on SmackDown, his voice trembling as he spoke of Cena not as a rival but as a brother. He recounted their battles, their respect, and the void Cena's absence left. The crowd chanted, "Cena, Cena," their voices a desperate plea for their hero's return, a sound that felt like a heartbeat in the arena. Lesnar, unmoved, stormed the ring later that night, Heyman at his side. He mocked Cena's legacy, calling him a fading star clinging to relevance. The crowd booed, but there was fear in their voices, fear that Lesnar's words held a kernel of truth. The Beast's dominance felt like a dark cloud over WWE's future. Then, a flicker of hope. AJ Styles, Cena's longtime friend and rival, emerged, steel chair in hand, driving Lesnar back. The arena erupted, a momentary reprieve from the despair. Styles' eyes burned with purpose, a promise to fight for Cena's honor, even if it meant facing the beast alone. In the hospital, Cena's family gathered, his parents, his siblings, their faces heavy with worry. They spoke of John not as a superstar but as a son, a brother, a man who'd given everything to wrestling. The family breakdowns were raw, unscripted, a reminder that behind the larger-than-life persona was a human heart. The media frenzy was relentless. Reports speculated that Cena's injuries, a possible concussion, fractured ribs, might end his in-ring career. Some whispered the attack was a way to write him off for his Peacemaker filming schedule, but to fans, it felt like a death knell for an era. Vigils formed outside the hospital, fans holding signs that read, "Hustle, loyalty, respect." Lesnar's actions sparked a scandal that dominated wrestling headlines. Old clips resurfaced of his 2012 return, when he'd brutalized Cena in a similar fashion, making this attack feel like a cruel echo of history. Fans debated whether Lesnar was a villain or simply a force of nature, untamed and unstoppable. In the quiet of his hospital room, Cena reflected on his journey. He'd faced leukemia rumors, personal losses, and the weight of being WWE's cornerstone. Now, staring at a ceiling of fluorescent lights, he questioned if the ring was worth the toll on his body, his family, his soul. His silence was louder than any promo. Backstage, the roster was divided. Some, like Seth Rollins, saw opportunity in Cena's absence, their ambition clashing with loyalty. Others, like Becky Lynch, shared stories of Cena's kindness, mentoring young talent, visiting sick fans, making his absence feel like a wound in the WWE's heart. The fans' grief was palpable. On X, they shared memories of Cena's rise, from his 2002 debut to his 2025 comeback. His mantra of, "Never give up," had carried them through their own struggles, and now they felt helpless, unable to lift their hero. The connection between Cena and his audience was a bond forged in loyalty, now tested by pain. As days passed, whispers of Cena's recovery grew. Doctors marveled at his resilience, but the road back was uncertain. Would he return to face Lesnar, or would he step away, leaving a legacy unmatched? The question hung over SmackDown, every episode a reminder of the void left by the Cenation leader. The wrestling world is no stranger to brutality, but this attack felt personal, a betrayal of trust between warriors. Lesnar's actions weren't just about dominance, they were a challenge to Cena's very existence, a test of whether hustle, loyalty, and respect could survive the beast's wrath. In that hospital bed, John Cena wasn't just fighting for his health, he was fighting for his legacy. The tears he shed weren't for pain alone but for the fans, the family, the dream he'd built. His story reminds us that wrestling is more than a sport, it's a saga of human struggle, where every fall carries the weight of love and loss. This isn't the end for John Cena, but a chapter that's left us all changed. His legacy isn't just in titles or matches, it's in the hearts he's inspired, the loyalty he's earned, and the unbreakable spirit that defines him. In wrestling and in life, we carry on, fueled by the belief that even in our darkest moments, we can rise again, just like Cena always has.